Good evening, everyone. Sorry, it took me a few more days than I thought to post a second video. No one has seen the first video yet, so it's not really much of an inconvenience, or at least I don't think it is. Okay, so before I start talking about the dreams, a little bit of background information. I was in the military, in the Marine Corps, for 8.5 years. I started in the year 2005 and I finished in 2014. Now, the first video, or not the first video, the first dream, excuse me, I remember it clearly just like I do every other dream because of the impression that they left on me. So, in this dream, and before I do, in the Marine Corps, for most of the units, we usually wake up early in the morning. If not every day, then almost every day. We wake up early in the morning to go do physical training, whether it be working out, exercises, or the typical run. We do that every morning, and um, my unit was no exception. We always did runs in the morning before we went to work. So in this dream, that's how it started. I was in Okinawa, Japan at the time, the year 2012. I still remember, but I can't remember where exactly in the year. I just remember the year. So, um, in the barracks where we live, the building that everyone has the room in, was nearby a parking lot. So anyway, in my dream, we were running, and we went to this parking lot that's nearby the barracks, and we were just doing the cool down stretches and cool down exercises before we went to take a shower and go to work. So as we're doing the cool down stretches and whatnot, I get this weird urge to look to the sky. I wouldn't call it a weird urge because normally I am looking at the sky anyway. Just I can't really tell you the reason, I just do. So anyhow, I look up at the sky and I see um well, this moon looking thing, moon looking object, moon looking planet, and I you know, I started looking at it and I'm thinking to myself, this is a little bit weird because this planet, this object, it looked just like the moon. The only, it was all grayish and whatnot, certain shadows here and there. But as I started concentrating more and more on it, like somehow I zoomed um, into this object, into this planet, um, closer, and I could make out mountain ridges, large land masses. I didn't see any oceans or anything of the like, but it resembled the moon. Just the land masses were completely different from what I've seen through a telescope when I look at the moon. So anyway, I'm getting a little bit bewildered by what I'm seeing. So I stop concentrating on this subject, and then I look off to the side, on to the left hand side of this object, and I see half illuminated moon. So right there, I knew that the object that I was not looking at was actually the moon. So I keep staring at it, kind of dumbfounded, because I don't know what to think. I don't know what to make of this. So I look at one of my friends, and I say friend, but he actually worked for me, but I consider him a friend. And I ask him, and I go, "Hey, what is that thing up there?" And I point towards the object that was not the moon. And my friend tells me, "Oh, that's the moon," and he looks at me kind of weird, kind of like asking me like, "Why are you asking me such a dumb question?" kind of look. So I look at him and I tell him, "Okay, if that's the moon, then what the hell is that?" And then I directly point to the moon. And do excuse my language. I mean no disrespect or anything like that. So anyway, I point to the actual moon and I ask him about it. And then he goes silent because now he's looking at the actual moon instead of the thing that he originally thought was the moon. So he can't answer the question because he doesn't know anymore. So anyway, somehow I didn't really pay too much attention to it, and I started walking to the building. As this object started getting closer and closer and closer, and the closer it got, the bigger it looked, and the more detailed it looked. But somehow I didn't really pay too much attention to it. Not really sure why. Anyhow, I went inside the building, and as I am walking up the stairs, somehow I am reminded of my old high school, like the stairs in my old high school, and I thought that was kind of weird. So as I'm walking through the hallway looking for my room, the hallway transformed into again some of the hallways of my high school, and each and every room, it was like a personal like a personal hell for people. Like each room was customized to torture and torment specific persons in the most horrific ways. Why did I dream that? Why did I see that? I have absolutely no clue. The one thing that kind of um, weirds me out is the fact that while walking through that, while seeing all those things, I was not shaking up. I was not disturbed in any way, shape, or form. It's like I was in a tour. Like I didn't really belong there, so I just was getting a taste of it. Like I wasn't freaking out. Um, I wasn't anxious. I was not scared, and that kind of freaked me out a little bit when I woke up. But anyway, that was the first dream. Um, if you guys have any comments about it, any questions, um, any interpretations, because I honestly don't really know what it means other than the rooms were personalized hell for certain people. I think that one was self-explanatory. But anyway, that was the first dream. Let me know what you think, and as we go forward, I will post about the other dreams, which get a little bit more intense, more intense, and yeah. Well, anyway, good night, and I will see you all next time.